Bring in to the show former counselor to President Trump. Kellyanne Conway, what's your reaction to this? It's so good to see you. You know, people outside the Democratic Party do not want Democrat communism. Shouldn't Republicans be capturing this and running with this?
Yes, they should. And it's not enough, Liz. Thanks for having me. It's not enough to say no socialism, no communism. It's bad. You have to finish the sentence as Republicans and tell people, particularly young people, why that is and why capitalism and freedom and individual liberty and a free market system where we lift up and reward entrepreneurship. We don't want small businesses and big businesses in this country to just survive. We want them to thrive. But we need to give a little tutorial and not just say everything that's bad and stand in the way of that, but explain the positive side ledger. Liz, I think the most devastating polling number I've seen in a while is the one you just highlighted. For 77% of independents who, by their very nature and description, don't want to call themselves Republicans, don't want to call themselves Democrats, for them to reject socialism tells you this is toxic ultimately to the Democratic Party. They can't survive in a two-party system if the main rot inside is calling for socialism, and they're losing to Republicans 2-1 in the money race.
Yeah, and it's poisonous for America, Democrat communism. Okay, so you got both CNN and Axios, Kellyanne, talking about a Democrat civil war inside the party, that black Democrats like Greg Meeks are fighting with socialist senators like Bernie Sanders for pushing white communists to oust black Democrats. Greg Meeks said he was on a phone call with Senator Bernie Sanders. He didn't seem to care about it. But the DNC just voted Friday, Kellyanne, to kick off its primaries in the southern state of South Carolina. You know this. You've talked about it. Senator Bernie Sanders had landslide losses in the 2016 and 2020 primaries in South Carolina.
And at the hands of one Congressman Clyburn, who's a hero in South Carolina and who almost single-handedly rescued Joe Biden's failing candidacy. He performed so poorly in those early states, Liz, of Iowa and New Hampshire, got to South Carolina. Clyburn endorsed him, put him over the top, thereby denying Bernie Sanders for the second time in a row his rightful place on the ticket in 2020 and 2016. Look, these candidates are also beating the Hispanic caucus, the congressional caucus members. That woman in New York, she beat the 10-term congressman who was the leader of the Hispanic congressional caucus.
Right.
So they're beating these minority members, and I'm sure that Meeks and Hakeem Jeffries and others are going to stand up and say, we need to figure out how to coexist.
Yeah, we got it.
They're not doing it.
Let's get this soundbite, your reaction to this. Watch this.
Abolish the Senate.
True.
Okay. Replace the presidency and Supreme Court as we now know them.
Yep.
Abolish ICE.
Absolutely.
Abolish borders and give amnesty to anyone currently in the U.S. illegally.
As a long-term plan, yep.
Defund the Pentagon.
Absolutely.
Abolish prisons, at least in large part.
Yeah, again, that as part of a long-term program, yeah.
Okay, so no prisons. Government or public ownership of most large corporations.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's the co-chair of the DSA, Socialist Communists of America. So she's saying, you heard of all of what she said. How are voters going to react to this?
Well, voters don't want it. In the Democratic Party, it's plus 17 in terms of socialism or no socialism, but across the rest of the country, it's in the high negatives. People don't want it. And look, since she just said, good for Shannon for putting the woman on the record, abolish, eliminate, guess what? I want to abolish candidates who say DSA over USA. How about that one, Liz?
Interesting.
Terrible
You just
ideas.
did a new bumper sticker. Thank you, Kellyanne.
Congratulations on the new book, Liz. We're all going to read it. Congratulations.
Thank you so much. We'll get it to you.